So I just spent the last 12 months off of Instagram and the results have changed my life forever. So I'm not gonna sit here and say Instagram is the devil or like everyone needs to be off of Instagram. I think it's a great place for a lot of people to thrive. But for me, it was draining. So I stepped off last year in the middle of summer. If you remember that time, it was the middle of 2020 summer in the height of a lot of tension on social media. Being forced to post your beliefs, being forced to stand up for so many different things. And truly, it was great. But at the time, I was just going through a lot of healing, internal stuff on my own. At the time, I was working through stuff with my family. I was working on maturing and growing as a person. I was going through a lot of therapy. 2020 was a very revolutionary year, obviously with everything that happened in the world, but I know for myself, I was processing a lot of internal things. And there was this quote that I think sums this up really well. Anything you are in can only be as healthy as you are. So Instagram, you're welcome. I did you a favor. I hopped off the platform because I needed to get healthier. And these are the major challenges. I just want to talk through these. You may have different challenges or you may be considering stepping off the platform for different reasons, but I'm going to walk through a few of the challenges that I face personally on the platform. When I got off the platform, I wouldn't feel better. I'd feel like a little bit lower or sadder. And I realized a lot of that was because of either jealousy or envy or really wishing I was further ahead in my life, because I would see people's highlight reels and compare it to where I was at, where I felt I was just starting a new journey. And so jealousy and envy was the first one. The second one is a lot of people, which I am so happy for them, but a lot of people thrive on the platform because they are beautiful. And Instagram is trying to promote me to be as addicted as possible to the app and to spend as much time there as possible, so it will show me whatever it thinks will do that. And personally, I don't want to just be sitting there looking at scandalous photos and getting caught up anytime I accidentally or just go to the explore page, seeing all this stuff. I just don't want to even be open to that. Third, overuse. They have made it so easy and so addictive to hop on the app with just one click. You're in the app, you're scrolling, you're looking at all this stuff. It's so easy to waste so much time on the app. So this all leads to an unrealistic life. Now, you are probably way better at managing your emotions and all those things I just mentioned. But for me, those things were severe enough that even wasting 1 second being jealous or envious or just wasting 1 second on the app isn't worth it. So about a year ago, I stepped off not just Instagram, but Facebook as well and TikTok. And here are the results. This last year, I have made more money than ever before, and I've worked less than ever before. See, the funniest thing about Instagram, if you go to Instagram hack videos on YouTube or try to see how you could grow on Instagram, people often talk about the algorithm. But in reality, I think the real way to grow is become a person of value. The more you become a person of value, whether you are on Instagram or you are not on Instagram, you will grow in your ability to influence and have impact in the world. In this whole process, I discovered what I'm more passionate about, what I love about travel, what I love about fragrances, what I love about typefaces, what I love about life, how I enjoy being healthy and fit. And let's just run through an example. I just want to run you through some numbers. If you replace Instagram with, let's just say, reading, let me run you through some numbers. If it takes you 20 hours to read a book, which is quite a long time actually, if it takes you 20 hours to read a book, in 3 years, you could read over 20 books. And if you read 20 books on one subject, you become an expert. Personally, since May of last year, May of 2020, I've read somewhere north of 50 to 60 books. And I have this interesting way of reading books with Kindle and an audiobook, which I learned over this last year that helps me go through content a lot quicker and learn a lot more, a lot faster, with a lot of it being retained. And you can check out one of my other videos for a breakdown of that. So my big point here is if you want to be Instagram famous, get off of Instagram, become a person of value, and then wherever you go in life, you're going to be able to thrive. And the next point I want to bring up is really a simple question. but has my life gotten better using the app? There are amazing quotes there, and there are amazing gurus on there, and there's amazing advice and tips, and there's even just really fun stuff that you could enjoy. The challenge is it's tied into all this other mess. And I know so many people who go back and forth every single week where they have to delete the app, re-download the app, delete the app, re-download the app, because it is just so complicated. They want to stay in touch with their family, but at the same time, it brings all these other attachments with it. But if this was a person, your friends and family would tell you to ditch the person because there's so many attachments that come along with using the app. It is really hard to tell the difference between real and fake on Instagram. Most people are really good at telling what's authentic versus what's not, but the hard part is seeing somebody who posts and has a lot of followers and a lot of engagement, but still is not necessarily a guru in the topic or actually an expert in the topic. They may be sharing their advice, which is fine, that's no problem. But when people are giving really high level advice for big decisions in life, I would appreciate if I know that they are actually legit and that they've done this for decades and that they know what they're talking about. On Instagram, it's really hard to tell what's fake and what's real, why people are famous and why other people are not. Sometimes people who should be really famous or deliver a lot of value are not actually that famous on the platform. So it's really hard to tell what's real or fake. And this is the last point I want to make. This is really deceptive if you think about it in some terms. Now, again, I don't have any big hold on Instagram, or this is not a negative video of me trying to bash Instagram. But what I want to say is it's very deceptive that some of the best keep your life calm, mindfulness gurus use Instagram as a main platform to share their story. It's like trying to use a platform that literally is taking away your mindfulness and your ability to be calm, and then using that app to connect with people. Now, there is a whole nother approach to this where they may be using the app to connect with people to get them off the app or to enjoy their life more or to find freedom where they are looking for freedom. But you want to return to a peaceful world? You want more calm in your life? Delete the app. It'll solve so much. So while all these things on Instagram are there to help us, I just be mindful if you don't even need their help in the first place, if you just deleted the app. Finally, if this video is helpful for you, please share it with someone you think that this could be helpful for them. I think more people should be talking about this. Again, without some crazy agenda, I am not against Instagram. I actually just re-downloaded the app. I'm not against it, but I also know my limits and I know how to use it, and I'm learning how to use it, and I still struggle with it, even using it now again. So being mindful of what I'm gonna do next, I'm trying to plan that approach. But I know these last 12 months were so worth it. And here are a few tips that I use if deleting the app is a big move. Because maybe you say, oh, I stay up to date with news on the app and all of that. Here's a first step. Set a time limit to use the app every day. So maybe set a time limit up to 15 minutes. Go into your app, go into your phone, see how much time you spend on it, and then just reduce that by 10%, reduce it by 15%. So if you spend 60 minutes on the app, reduce it down to say 50 minutes, and then go down slowly over time. Also, turn off all notifications. Notifications on the app are something that will steal your energy, waste your time, ruin your day, all that. Delete all notifications, remove that little red circle, get rid of all notifications. You want to take the next step? Just delete it off your phone. If you want to log in, just go onto your desktop. That is a great way to try to optimize your time and make sure that you're not wasting it on things that are not useful. Finally, if you got value from this video, hit that like button. If you have any questions for me, drop them in the comments below. And if you want more content like this, hit the subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.